Gallup, first founded by George Gallup, is actually a research organization, a globally recognized research organization. They never actually intended to create a psychometric called StrengthsFinder, but what they did do is study 2 million people from 48 countries for 30 years. And therefore, a lot of data came out of those studies. And one really significant piece of findings was that there were hundreds of common patterns of behavior across those 2 million people from 48 countries. So when they found that out, they decided to take those hundreds of common patterns of behavior and try and put a language to that so it was easier to kind of navigate. So they took the hundreds of common patterns of behavior and packaged them into 34 strengths. So each of the 34 strengths are actually themes. They're themes of talents that tended to turn up together in people. So when we're working through your strengths, we're actually there to unpack what threads are true for you in that theme, aka your strength. You know, Gallup is a research organization. They continue to study the 30 million people that have completed strengths over the last couple of decades. And they found some really interesting things. They found that when people play to their strengths, they experience ease, excellence, and enjoyment, and they get far more energy and engagement in the work that they do when they're playing to their strengths. Introducing Don Clifton, the guy that Clifton Strengths is named after. Don Clifton is well known for his work in positive psychology. Positive psychology loosely meaning, let's focus on what's right about you, not what's wrong. And let's see the return on investment that can happen when we invest in what is already naturally occurring for you. Don Clifton, he assisted Gallup in the creation of the StrengthsFinder tool. And he was the guy that started to ask, what would happen if we focused on what was right about people rather than fixating on what was wrong? Thus, the StrengthsFinder tool was created through a positive psychology lens. So when you complete your assessment, this clever assessment with a very clever algorithm that very accurately identifies which of those 34 strengths are likely most dominant for you, and really listed those full 34 right through to what is likely least dominant. That clever assessment helps us to start naming what is technically complex about the human being. But by naming your strengths, we get to start to see them more, experience them more, use them more for good. The whole point of this is if we can name our strengths, we can start to remind ourselves through self-awareness and emotional intelligence what things really feed us, what things really motivate us, what things really engage us, and where do we reach our greatest potential. And that's our whole intention when we're taking you through this process, is to help you access a more fulfilling workplace, a more fulfilling life, because work is such a big part of your life. And further to that, you not only get to learn about your own strengths, but potentially the strengths of your team members, the people that you work with, the people that even are important to you in your life. So that's a little bit around the background of Gallup, Don Clifton, positive psychology, and how this all links into StrengthsFinder. We can't wait to continue to share this tool with you.